Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Irene, and today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 shopping tips for your trip to Jamaica. So I have some notes here that I might be referring to just so that I make sure not to miss anything. So if I look down, that's what I'm doing. So number 1 is in Jamaica, you can haggle when you are at a craft market or even a gift shop. So even a storefront that sells souvenirs, you can usually haggle for the price you think is fair. So the prices in there are usually marked up, and then you can offer them a different price if you think that something is maybe too expensive, or you want to try to get a better price for it. They will let you know if you're just way too low and they're not willing to accept that. So you just kind of go back and forth and then come to an agreed upon price. So if you don't like haggling, you might not like that, but just know that they expect that people will try to negotiate a different price. So obviously in grocery stores or pharmacies, attractions, you will not be able to haggle. And if you try to, they will let you know that's not okay. So anyway, in gift shops and craft markets, it's more than okay. It's expected. So number 2 is that credit cards are widely accepted throughout the island. So the most commonly accepted ones that I've noticed are Visa and MasterCard. So you shouldn't have a problem at all with using those two on attractions in grocery stores, pharmacies, gas stations, anything like that. One thing that you will want to try to do is see if they will convert the price for you. We're from the US, and so we just asked them to convert the price into US dollars before they ran the credit card. That way we didn't have to pay for the international conversion fee on our credit card statement. So that's something that some places know how to do. So it's always worth asking just to see if the cashier or person working will know how to do that. And I think a couple of places, one of the employees didn't know and then asked somebody else and they did know. So more times than not, we were able to get that converted before the credit card was run. So that's really helpful. The other tip, number 3, is if you want to use US dollars, then just make sure that you're bringing some small bills so that you can get your little souvenirs without having to get Jamaican change back. Because if you need to get change back, if you say something you buy is $7 and you give them $10, you will be getting Jamaican change back. Just because you give them US dollars doesn't mean that you will be getting US dollars back in change. So just make sure that you are aware of that. So try to bring small bills, a lot of small bills for tips and souvenirs. So number 4 is if you go into a store that has the prices listed in Jamaican dollars, it's good to ask what the conversion rate is before you make the purchase. So just so that you know what you're going to be paying if you're using US dollars. So for instance, if you go somewhere, say something is listed as 1,500 Jamaican dollars and you've asked what their conversion rate is, last I checked it was 128 Jamaican dollars to 1 US dollar. So then you just divide that into the 1,500 and so that would come out to $11.71. They don't accept foreign coins, so they will round up. So if you are paying them in US dollars and you know that you're supposed to be paying $11.71, then they're going to round that up to $12. So just know that they're always going to round up. So likewise, if you go somewhere else, because the conversion rate might change in different areas of the island or store to store. So that's what we found last time we were there, is that, you know, one part of the island might have a conversion rate of 120, and a different part of the island or a different store said they were using the 115 conversion rate. So I'm not quite sure why it changes, but it does. So if, you know, it is 115, let's say as an example, the conversion rate, and the price is listed at 1,500 Jamaican dollars, then you would pay them $13 US. And it's actually $13.04, so they might actually round that up to 14, so don't be surprised. So if you give them $15, then just know that you're going to be getting your change back in Jamaican dollars. So anyway, it's might be a good way to get Jamaican dollars to spend on other things. If you're paying in US and you get some Jamaican dollars back in change, then the next place you go, you might, you know, have enough to use your Jamaican currency. So that's one way to get Jamaican currency while you're there, which leads into tip number 5, is if you want to have Jamaican currency, then you can either get it back in change for a purchase, or you can get it from a bank, which is typical, right? Or a Western Union, something like that. So we didn't really worry about getting any Jamaican dollars because we got plenty back in change, and so it wasn't a factor for us. But if you prefer to get the Jamaican dollars just to spend if you're going to be there for some time, then it might be worth it. If you're just going to be there for the day, it might be worth just having small bills to use for some souvenirs, and then use your credit card at restaurants and attractions, depending on what you plan to do there. So anyways, those are my top 5 tips. So if you've been there, or if you have any other recommendations that I didn't mention, please put those in the comments to help out our fellow travelers. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to be able to get notified of my future videos. So I have a lot more videos coming, so hope to see you again. Thanks. Bye.